I really want to go out. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you are all okay. So in today's video I'm going to be focusing on this brown smoky eye look. Obviously I don't have any base makeup on, but that's because I'm going to be splitting this video into two. So this one is going to be focusing on this brown smoky eye, and then I'm going to be doing another video where I'll be showing you how to create flawless full coverage skin. So make sure you stay tuned for that video. It should be up a couple of days after this one, so I'll be posting that as well. So with all that said, let's just get straight into it. I don't want to be talking for too long, so yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so just clip my hair out the way, and I've put some brow soap through my eyebrows as well. If you want me to do more of an in-depth tutorial for my brows, then just let me know and I can do one separately, because obviously I'm not gonna go into it in this video, so yes. So the first step to make any eyeshadow look amazing and obviously last longer is using an eye base or like an eye primer. So I absolutely love the P. Louise base. This is, I think it's £10, and it lasts ages because you only need the tiniest bit. So I'm just taking this base on a P. Louise brush as well. This is, does it have a name? I don't think so. It's just a flat brush from the Acid Rain collection. So I'm just picking a bit of that P. Louise base up on this brush. You want to pat this onto your eyelid and up towards your brow, just so then it gives the base that kind of tackiness. Yeah, it just blends out really nicely, but it just makes sure that it's still tacky and nice for the eyeshadows to go onto. So once I start to get closer towards my brow, that's when I'm then going to kind of carve out underneath. I'm then just going to go back in with this flat brush and just pat all over that base again, just to make sure everything's nice and blended. So for this look, because I'm going to be doing a smoky eye, I am going to be using the reverse blending technique. So for those of you that aren't familiar with it or not really sure what I'm on about, then basically the traditional way to do eyeshadow is to usually start off with a transition colour, so like a warm brown or light brown, and then once you've got kind of your base colour down, that's when you go in with your darker shades. But the reverse blending technique's literally the opposite. So that's where you basically start off with your darker shade first and then work upwards into your lighter shade. This works really well if you're doing a lot of colour or like a darker smoky eye like I am today. So for this video I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe original palette. So I'm just taking a dark brown shade first. This one is called Chip. I'm using a Peaches PC30 brush for this. So this is just a fluffy brush, but it's kind of, it's a fluffy brush, but it's a little bit flatter, so it's really good for kind of building that colour up. So I'm taking this dark brown and I'm literally just going to pat it all over my eyelid first. So as you can see, I'm literally just packing this shade all over my lid first. I'm doing more of like a rounded shape today as well. So I'm creating obviously that round shape, but I'm not doing any blending just yet or anything like that. I'm just focusing more on building up this colour. Okay, so I've just got that general shape of that dark brown eyeshadow. So that's all nice and laid down. So the next thing I'm going to do is just take a smaller fluffy brush. So this one is the Blank Canvas E10 brush. I absolutely love this brush for kind of finer, don't know why I'm doing that, for kind of finer, like more detailed blending. So I'm going to be taking a slightly lighter brown. So this one is called Buns. So what I'm going to do is place this colour half onto that dark brown eyeshadow and then half onto my like bare skin, if that makes sense. So that way it's going to blend in with that dark brown, and it's also going to add its own colour. So P. Louise or Paige, she uses this technique as well. It's called like the 50-50 technique. So this is really good for kind of blending colours together. So you want 50% of your next shade on your first shade, the other 50% of your colour on your bare skin. Don't know if that makes sense, but I'm trying to explain. So for this colour as well, I'm just applying it in small portions. So I'm not doing one massive kind of windscreen wiper motion. I'm just taking it in really small portions and I'm mixing it up between tiny little backwards and forth motions and like circular motions as well. Don't worry as well if you feel like you're losing your earlier shades that you put down before, because we are going to go back through each shade and just kind of re-intensify that as well, just in case any colour has been lost. So I'm just following this shape all the way around. That's why it's really important to kind of get your first shape down, so then all the other colours that you're going to be using just follow that shape, and it just makes it a lot easier to kind of figure out where you're going with your eye look. So now I'm just going to dip into a lighter shade. This one is called Butter, so it's just more like, well, it's a really light brown basically. So using the same technique, I'm putting down 50% of that eyeshadow on the shade before, and then the other 50% on kind of my bare skin. And I'm just following that shape all the way around again. So once I've got that shadow down as well, I'm going to really diffuse out those edges. So I'm pulling it almost right up to kind of my nose and up into my brow there, just to really diffuse the edges and make it a little bit more smoky. So after you've got all those colours laid down, you might find that you've lost a little bit of the intensity from some of the shades. So I'm just going to go back in with that first shade, so that dark brown, and literally repeat the process. So I'm just placing that all over my lid, and then I'm just going to blend out the edges into the second shade. So the next thing I'm going to do is just take a bit of that P. Louise base again. I'm just going to use this to kind of prep my under eyes for the eyeshadow as well. So I'm just popping this base directly under my eyes, just in patting motions again. And this is just going to make sure that the eyeshadows for under the eye have a really nice base to stick to as well. To blend out the edges of that P. Louise base, I'm just taking a fluffy brush. This is one by Morphe, but I'm not sure on the number because it's rubbed off. Oh wait. The M441 is what it is, so I'm just using this brush to buff out the edges of that base and just make sure it's really seamless, so then when it comes to the foundation, everything will just blend nicely. Now I'm just going to take a bit of the NYX Jumbo pencil. This is in dark brown. I never really like using black in my waterline. I just feel like it looks too harsh, and I don't know. I always prefer to go for like a brown in the waterline. So I'm taking a P. Louise brush again. This is from the Acid Rain collection. This is her eyeliner brush. So I'm just taking that dark brown jumbo pencil just on this brush, and I'm just going to line my waterline with this. I'm taking this a little bit further down than my waterline as well, so more onto my lash line, because I do really like smoking this out a little bit, so that's why I'm taking it a bit further down. Now I'm just going to take a little smudger brush. This is the Peaches and Cream PC07 brush. I don't obviously want it to look too dark and like really drag down, so I'm not taking this too far down. I'm just keeping it kind of where it is. I'm just smudging it out a little bit to soften it. So to further diffuse the under eye area, I'm using the shade Butter again, so that was that lightest brown. So I'm barely touching my skin with this. I'm literally just doing it really, really lightly. I'm also bringing it up here as well, just to connect it to that top eyeshadow. So that's obviously just going to make everything look a little bit more cohesive and blended together. The last thing I'm going to do is just quickly apply some mascara and false lashes. So I think that's pretty kind of easy to do, so I'll just quickly do that and then I'll be back. The mascara I used was the Maybelline Lash Sensational. It's literally sensational. These are the Tatty Lashes in the style TL Mitchell 2. They're amazing and fluffy and big and dramatic. Yes. So this is the finished eye look. I'm loving it. I really want to go out. This would be like my nighttime glam makeup look, so yes. So obviously I look weird at the minute because I don't have any base makeup on, but I am going to be uploading a really in-depth kind of skin tutorial on how to get really flawless full coverage skin, so stay tuned for that. That video should be up a couple of days after this one, so when I've posted it I'll link it in the description for this video just so you can find it easy. So before you leave, don't forget to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button because it would really help me out and mean a lot. Don't forget to turn that notification bell on also, because I'll be posting a lot more videos very soon and I've got some great ideas, so you don't want to miss anything. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to leave me a comment down below as well so I know to make more of these, or if you've got any other suggestions or like makeup looks that you want to see, then also leave them down below and let me know. So thank you all so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!